Let me start this off by asking you a simple question that I want you to think about and answer in your head. What is the difference between exercise and training? Think of your answer, and now I'm going to tell you what I think the true definition is. The difference between exercise and training is a plan. Doing exercise is going to the gym and just doing what you feel like doing, just feeling like, oh, I'm going to do a bit of bench press, oh, I feel like I should do some cardio, going on the treadmill for a bit. Training is knowing what you were going to do in advance, going with a plan that was maybe written on your phone, and following a specific plan that's programmed in progressive overload, exercise selection, and is adjusted and properly aligned to your goals. That is what training is. So the difference between exercise and training is a plan. Most people in the gym exercise. Most people in the gym don't actually train. They just go off on what they feel like. They feel like, oh, I haven't been into the gym this week, for example, so I'm just going to go in and probably do a bit of this and a bit of that. But what you really need to be doing is training to guarantee the results that you want to achieve. Transitioning from exercise to training is actually a lot easier than it sounds. I know you might have been confused by all the terms of progressive overload, exercise selection, all of that, but it's actually a lot easier than it sounds. And in this video, I'm going to give you like a dummy's guide format on how you can transition from exercise to training. So you don't need to know anything before this. You just need to watch this and you'll know exactly what to do to transition into like a proper training program, so you can take that with you forwards instead of just going in off a whim and feeling like doing this exercise and doing that exercise, actually knowing what you want to do. There are 4 simple steps to do this, but before I go into the steps, I just need to tell you that this video is a very low dopamine rushing video. So if you want a bit of dopamine like a little monkey, go and watch Mr. Beast or The Sidemen. This is an educational video, so I want your full attention when you watch this video. In just 3 years, I've gone from this to this. I have been quite successful in my gym journey, so rest assured that I know what I'm talking about, and you're going to receive some actual advice in this video. And I understand your pain of desperately wanting to get better, but not knowing where to look, because there's a lot of shit out there. There's a lot of resources out there. There's a lot of people telling you different things. It's like finding a needle in a haystack. The aim of this channel is to give you the only resource that you need to start the gym and all the tips that you need around it so that you can excel in that journey on your own. Because I wish when I was starting the gym about 5 years ago that I just had one resource, because I was listening to so many different YouTubers like Jeremy Eifer and Athlean X. I didn't know, like I was following so many different advice, and that just stunted my progress because I didn't have one specific resource. My aim for this is giving my younger self all the information that I wish I had to fast track my progress, so I can help fast track other people's progress as well. Because progressing in this area of my life has helped so many other areas of my life, so many other areas that you wouldn't even think would have helped. Like even the amount of books that I've read, strangely enough, doing more training has helped the amount of books that I've read. Just weird things like that. Before I go into the 4 steps that you need to do, I'm actually soon going to be releasing a program that gives you all the information that you need to transition from exercise to training. It's called the Freak Blueprint, and the guarantee is that in 11 weeks, you're going to gain at least 5 kilos of lean mass and 30% weight added to your compounds in 11 weeks. And basically, once you sign up, I put a note in my calendar in 11 weeks' time, have a call with you, and if you don't achieve that, I give you £5 on top of a full reimbursement. So the top link is in the description if you want that. So here are the action steps to transition from exercise to training. We're going to make your own training plan in 5 minutes in real time, so follow along. Step 1 is to write down what you want to achieve. This is to write down your goals so that you know your end target, you know where you need to go. Benjamin Franklin said that failing to plan is planning to fail. If you don't have a plan, how the hell do you expect to get there? So you need to know your end result to know what you need to do to achieve that. It's simple. This is probably the most important but overlooked step. I remember when I started, I didn't know what I wanted to do. I just thought, oh, I kind of need to get bigger and stronger and lose some fat. But I didn't set myself a goal. And if I did, I probably would have done better. I probably would have done more and known what specifics to do to achieve that. So what we're going to do is when you find out the specific goal that you need to achieve, ideally you want to make this as specific as possible. So not just I want to lose fat, it's I want to lose 5 kilos of fat in 3 months time. So it's super specific, and maybe even on a specific date, so like the 5th of July, for example, for summer. So you kind of have to work backwards from your goal. So once we have this goal, this is the first and most important step, as I said, and then we can work backwards from it and find out what we need to do to get there. So step 1, know the specific goal that you want to achieve. Step 2 is to work in reverse and find out the specifics that we actually have to do to get there, the steps that we need to take to get there. This might sound quite simple, and it is quite simple, but it's mostly the truth that it's the simple things that you need to do, just do very well to get the results that you want to get. There isn't really a secret to this. It's just kind of make a goal and work towards that goal. So don't expect to find out like, oh, the one hidden trick that gives you all these benefits. It's kind of just simple. It's kind of just logic. So for step 2, for actually knowing what you need to do to get there, I'm going to give you 2 examples and you need to distinguish which is the good one and which is the bad one. This person wants big shoulders, and let's just say in 2 alternate universes, he's doing 2 different things. So in this first universe, he wants big shoulders and he just goes into the gym a few times a week. He doesn't really have a specific plan. He just goes in and just does bench press because he assumes that doing bench press will give you big shoulders. In this second universe, he's going in 3 times a week on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. He's doing 10 sets of side raises and he's doing 10 sets of dumbbell presses because he's done research and seen that those are probably the best exercises for your shoulders. He knows exactly what you need to do. So he does 10 sets of each per week. So he has a specific number that he has to do per week, and he's logged in progressive overload. So for example, for week 1, he's put 12 kilos. For week 2, he's put 14. For week 3, he's put 16 in simple terms. So he knows that every week he needs to be doing more. Which of the universes do you think this guy's going to get more success in? Kind of obvious, isn't it? The guy with the actual specific plan, the guy that knows what he needs to do, the guy that knows that, oh, this next week I need to be doing more. It's common sense. To get stronger, you need to be doing more every week. It does make sense. I hope I'm making sense because this is stuff that does actually work. And as long as you stick at it over time, you will get the benefits. It's a patience game. So what you need to do for step 2 is to make a weekly plan with all the exercises, sets and reps and weight that you need to do every week. So go into as much detail as writing. If you're only going to the gym Monday, Wednesday, Friday, you write Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and on Monday you write all the 6, 7, or 8 exercises that you need to do. This is your weekly plan. So you make your weekly plan, and then with step 3, what we're going to do is log and track the specific days. So what you're going to need to do on specific days, make another notes page and copy paste, say for example it's Monday, copy paste the Monday exercises into your log, and then as you're going through your gym session, as you're in the gym currently doing the session, you write down the weights and the reps that you achieve on that specific exercise. So you can see the log, and then hopefully in the weeks and months to come, you can look back and say, oh yeah, I've actually done more. And then the secret with this is that if it's Monday, and then if it's the next Monday, you can look on the Monday before and see, oh, I did dumbbell bench press for 14 kilos. I'm going to do 16 kilos this week. So you can actually look back and see the weight and the specific reps you did. That's the secret, and that's how you actually progressively overload. And step 4 is to reflect and adjust. You're never going to hit the nail on the head the first time when you make up a training plan. You're never going to nail the specific exercises. Some things are going to work, some things aren't going to work. It might be the simple case that, oh, my body doesn't really like this exercise. Maybe you feel a lot of pain after you do a specific exercise. Like for me, for example, I can't back squat because my shoulder doesn't go far back after I had surgery. So I just do front squat now. So change and adjust. If maybe, for example, you do a bench press and you don't like the barbell, like I don't really like the barbell, I feel like it's a bit awkward, I use dumbbells instead. Maybe you find the same and you'd find that you don't like the barbell, and then you start using dumbbells. So next time you write on your log, use dumbbells instead. It's as simple as that. And with all the things that did work, you just keep them in. So it's as simple as, if something worked, keep it in. If something didn't work, change it up. If you want a specific personalized plan to transition from exercise to a proper training plan, look at the description below. The free blueprint goes into detail, in specific autistic detail about how you can do this. And the guarantee is that you'll gain at least 5 kilos of lean mass and at least 30% of weight out to your compound lift in 11 weeks. There is no downside for you. There's only downside for me, because if you don't achieve that, because I'm so sure that you are going to achieve that. If you don't achieve that, in 11 weeks, I give you a full reimbursement if you don't achieve that, and plus £5 on top. So you actually gain money. I lose money if you don't achieve this. So it's like an actual obligation for me to ensure that you achieve that goal. I would definitely get it when it's on pre-sale price, because it's only like 15% of the price. So that's all for now. That's all the information that you need to make your own training plan and ensure that you're not just in the gym exercising, that you're actually training. I hope that helped. I know that if I watched this like 4 years ago, it definitely would have helped me. It's not specific detail, but it's like a rough plan, so you know what to do roughly. You know that you need to make a weekly plan. You know that you need to find the goal that you want to achieve, make a weekly plan to get there, and log each day. It's quite simple, and reflect and adjust. It is quite simple. That's the truth. Hope you found that useful, and until next time.